So, William, do you think Mike Ross or anybody could actually be a good attorney without going to law school?
It's possible, but it's impractical. Interestingly enough, it used to be that you had to go to law school to even sit for the bar exam. There are now 4 states where you could become an attorney and sit for the bar exam without going to law school at all. And that's California, Vermont, Virginia, and Washington. I think it would be incredibly difficult to pass the bar without going to law school. But it is interesting that those 4 states do allow you to do that. While there are many classes in law school that attorneys don't end up using a whole lot simply because when you're in law school, you don't know which area you're going to practice. I didn't know which area I was going to practice. So you take a lot of different classes, and some of them end up being really, really relevant, and some of them end up being not as relevant. But particularly the first year classes and those subjects that end up being on the bar exam, those are really fundamental to the practice of law.
Yeah.
You learn them at a slower pace. When we're taking them for a semester, you take it for 3 months, and some of them, like contracts, has contracts 2, which you take the second semester. Civil procedure has civil procedure 2, which torts 2, second semester. So you're learning all these subjects over a year. Well, when you take them for the bar exam, you spend, what, 3 or 4 days on them?
Yeah.
So my point being is that when you first learn these subjects, you're learning them for a year, and you're learning them slowly, and you're learning them deliberately, and you're really learning what they mean. And in a lot of situations, you're reading cases to learn how these laws came into effect. I just think that it would be very difficult to replace that by simply reading and memorizing because, as we talked about at the beginning of this podcast, you're not learning to think like a lawyer. Now,
Right.
in this specific unique situation, he's learning from a great attorney. We have someone who had very specific aspirations of going to law school, who started in undergrad trying to become a lawyer. So if it could work in any situation, this probably is the most likely situation.
Fuck what you go through.